Hi guys, this is a little bit of a different one for me. This is something I've wanted to do on my channel for a while. I've actually just wanted to test it out for my own purpose, but I thought it might be interesting to document it. This is a concept that really interests me, and that is the idea of being able to rent your entire wardrobe. I have recently been really good with makeup purchases. I haven't bought much lately. I feel like I've bought only one palette this entire year, which is really good for me. I think the main reason for that is that a lot of makeup releases just doesn't interest me these days because I have a large collection already. But what has replaced that has been clothing, which I'm not really that happy about because I don't want to increase my consumption overall. And I definitely feel like there is, in a way, this innate urge in me to own things, to want ownership over things. I don't know why that is. Maybe that's just kind of like human nature, is to want to own something. But I really love the idea of being able to rent pieces of clothing, enjoy them, but then return them and then try on different things. And for a while I've watched people like Kat from Rented Fashion, who rents all her clothes, and other YouTubers as well who've tried renting clothes like as a subscription. In America, it seems like a big thing now. People can have a subscription and then rent like a certain amount of clothes for a period and then send it back and not have to wash it. I definitely feel like in Australia there isn't that many options. However, I have discovered two websites that do offer it. One is FRDM, and they're kind of a newer, I have been following them for a while. I think they launched about a year ago. They do offer like a clothing subscription, but it's more like fast fashion, so they're trying to be more sustainable in like the fast fashion world. Or else there is another one called Glam Corner, which does more labeled designer brands like Scanlan, Theodore, a lot of Australian labels, Midi, Denim, and I love that. So I kind of want to try both of them. I think I'm gonna try Glam Corner first just because it appeals to me more, and then we're going to try renting my closet for a month and see how I feel, because I feel like a month is a good amount of time to test out a service like this. So with Glam Corner, it started off as a website where you could just kind of rent dresses for special occasions, and I think the majority of rental services are for like one-off occasions, and that's all good and well, but I generally don't have a need to go and rent a dress because I've got plenty of dresses for special occasions that hardly get ever worn anyway. But what they've got, I think, recently is this premium membership where you can have what they call your unlimited designer wardrobe, where you can access their premium collection of designer clothing tailored for your work life, your holidays, and anything in between. And basically you build your box and pick 3 items and then swap boxes once you're done with it to get more items. And they recently have this promotion. This is, by the way, not sponsored at all. This is just like something I've always wanted to try, where you can save $30 on your first month. So I think I'm going to try that out, and I'm going to show you the pieces. I'm going to show you how I style them, whatever, go through the quality of the clothes, the availability of sizes and things like that. And yeah, so the spectrum of price range is quite varied, but I would say it seems like the average cost per item is maybe around the $200 mark, $100 to $200 mark. But they do have a large wardrobe. Like, I'm looking at their premium collection. They've got 1,869 items. They have trench coats, they have tops, skirts, dresses, things like that, a variety of different things. And they do have sizes 6 to 16. So it's not the most inclusive, but I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, pretty much the entire size range for the brands that they're carrying. So yeah, I'm gonna start this membership and I'm gonna see how I like it. So I'm gonna order it today. Today is a Friday. I don't know how long it's gonna take for them to arrive, but we'll see. So I've signed up to the Unlimited and they've asked me to fill in a few questions to set up my profile. So I'm gonna start. On average, how much do I spend on new clothing per month? More than I'd like. I wanna spend less on clothing, and I do wanna shop more sustainably. So those are the 2 reasons. And what events and occasions will you most need your membership for? Work, date night. Don't do many of those these days. Daytime events, I don't know. Luncheons. Submit. And thanks so much. Build my first box. Exciting. Okay, let's build my first box. What do I like? I'm gonna pick some things and then we're gonna get a box because I could be scrolling through this for a while. So it's Tuesday. The pieces have arrived because Monday was a public holiday, and I've actually got 2 boxes. I thought unlimited meant that you could order as many boxes as you want. But apparently you can only order 1 at a time. Somehow I managed to get 2, so I'm not sure if that's a glitch. But anyway, I thought I would clarify that in case you had the same thought as me. But yeah, so I've got actually 6 pieces. I've got 2 boxes and 6 pieces. They came really nicely packaged. They were nicely folded. For one of my boxes, I also did get a sample of this leave-in treatment, which I think is a nice touch. I mean, I personally won't be using this, so I will give it away. But I think it's kind of an unexpected touch. Some of the pieces definitely do require steaming, like this, you know, skirt. I mean, the nature of the skirt, this type of skirt will easily get creased, so I definitely need to steam it before I wear it. Everything comes with a tag as well as care instructions, which I don't know, I personally don't like that. Like, I feel like this is an additional thing that they don't need to add. I would prefer to have care instructions, like a piece of paper at the front rather than a tag like this on every single item. So definitely we need to steam this. I've got a pair of pants, I've got a couple of dresses. I kind of forgot what I chose, so it was a little bit of a surprise. So some of these pieces are not 100% me, but something that I wanted to try, which I think is a fun way, in a way, to have these boxes to try on styles that you might not normally wear. So I'm going to show you how I wear all of them and how they fit and the quality and everything as we go about this month of rented fashion. Okay, so this is the first outfit. This is actually a dress from Nicholas. I have heard of the brand before. I'm not sure if they're Australian, but I think this is a really lovely color. It's khaki. I love khaki. I think it works really well for my skin tone. I will have to say it's slightly large around the arms, so I definitely have to wear something underneath, otherwise my bra is going to fall on show. Personally, this is it's kind of a deep V for me, so I would wear something underneath. It is 29 today, so I'm gonna keep this sleeveless. Otherwise, I think it would work really nicely with a shirt underneath as well. I love that it's kind of belted as well, so that gives you a waist. I'm not a huge fan of the pockets. Like these pockets, I don't feel like it looks the best, but it's a nice material. It came clean and everything. It is quite a nice dress to wear for work, so that's what I'm going to do today, and I think it's a pretty dress. So the next piece I'm wearing is this skirt from MLM, which is an odd name for a brand. I, to be honest, am a little bit disappointed with this skirt, mainly because there is an actual pull on the skirt, which is pretty obvious. The pull is at the front. You might not actually be able to tell from a distance that there is a pull, but I definitely notice it. So what I decided to do was turn the skirt around, and actually what I noticed was there's actually a stain on the skirt, which I didn't see before. So that's a little bit disappointing. I don't feel like I can wear this skirt out because it's got a stain on one side and it's got a pull on the other. So I personally wouldn't be very happy wearing this out. I mean, some people might not care, but I certainly notice it. It's where my eye kind of gravitates towards when I look at the skirt. The material itself is beautiful. It's made of a viscose spandex and it's very comfortable. It's got a nice metallic sheen to it, but I feel like because of the nature of the material, you can actually see those kind of imperfections more obviously, which I think is a real pity because this skirt is really pretty. Okay, so next we've got a pair of pants from Grace Willow. It's a brand I've not tried before, but I chose this pants because it's got this really cool kind of slit detail near the front, and I don't know if this is going to be flattering on me, so we're going to try it. I mean, that's the whole, I guess, point of one of these subscriptions is you try things that you've never necessarily tried before. So I'm excited to try these pants. They look like they're a good length for me because I am 160 centimeters, 5'3". I'm not particularly tall in any means. So I generally speaking like to wear kind of more crop pants. This is made of 85% polyester, 15% elastane, so it does have a little bit of a stretch to it. Okay, so I've looked back on the footage of me trying on these pants, and I have to say I'm not 100% sold on them, just because I feel like they kind of across my hips, the pockets don't kind of sit straight down. Like there's a bit of stress around that area, maybe because I've got a short torso. I thought they would be really cool, maybe with a leopard stocking underneath, so you kind of have that bit of leopard print going through. For example, I've got these leopard print stockings, and I reckon underneath that might look even better. So I might try that another day, but I'm kind of running late for work, and so I don't want to spend too much more time kind of trying to style them. But yeah, I I'm not 100% sold on these pants just because I don't feel like they fit the best around the hips. But I think with a blazer on top, you kind of can't notice that. So yeah. So next piece I've got on is this dress from Saba. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. It's got a nice flow to it. It does also tie up at the back, and it does plunge quite deeply. You can actually still see my maternity bra. So, you know, if I were to wear this out, you probably need a bra that has a thinner band. But to be honest, I don't mind wearing it like this. I think it looks fine. It looks like I've just got like a black singlet underneath or something. And yeah, I actually love the color and the pattern and the style of this dress. I think it's extremely flattering. I do feel like it does kind of emphasize my food belly a little bit. I also like that there is this tiny little detail here as well, where the back is partially exposed. So if I had my hair up, you could see that. And I think that is quite a nice detail. It makes the dress a little bit more sexy, but not too revealing. I don't usually show a lot of skin in the clothes I usually wear on a day-to-day basis, so I think that this is it's quite nicely balanced of where the skin is exposed and where it's covered up. Probably one of my favorite things I've tried from the box so far. So the next dress I got is from one of my favorite Aussie brands, and it's Nobody Denim. This is the Vita dress in size medium, and it's a style that I've seen on the website but I was really not sure about, and I'm glad I got the opportunity to try it because this does not fit me very well at all. It's too long in the torso bit, and so it sits on me very, very strange. I thought I was pretty proportionate, but the other day my colleagues were saying no, they all think I have longer legs and a shorter torso. This dress only comes in small, medium and large, so the sizing is a little bit. That's the thing with jumpsuits or dresses like this, is that the size has to fit you perfectly, because if it doesn't, it's very, very obvious. It's super baggy and roomy in the top, and it's actually too long in the top because it wants to go down. But the problem with this dress is that when you get to the skirt part, it's too tight, so you can't really pull it down. So it does not work on my body at all. This would probably look better on someone who is equally proportioned, has a longer torso. Otherwise you're going to get the same problems as me. So I can't really wear this dress out. I think it's really well made. I do like the kind of distressing on it. It's really good quality denim, but unfortunately it doesn't fit me. So despite all the great elements of this dress, I won't be able to wear this dress. Bit of a fail for me for this one. So the sixth item that I've gotten from Glam Corner is this gorgeous top. I do feel like it's slightly too big for me, because when you look at the shoulders here, I just feel like it's for someone with a broader shoulder. I've never tried anything from Keepsake, but I think it's gorgeous. It's got kind of, I don't know, feminine feel to it. It's definitely not a top I would normally go for, but I like it. I like also that it's got a mock neck. I don't particularly like the massive opening here. I just feel like there's air coming into my back and it's kind of making me feel cold. And I probably would wear this with, because it is quite see-through, something over the top. So a cape or maybe like a vest or something, or just own it and wear like a really nice black bra underneath. But I'm going to work, so I don't want to do that. It's got pleats in it. It's got some sequins, two of my favorite things, and it's in a gorgeous white color. I do feel like it's very brightening. White does, I feel, look quite elegant. Not sure if I want to tuck this in or leave it out. I'd probably kind of tuck it in. I just feel like, I don't know what looks better. But yeah, this is my last piece, and I think it is quite pretty. I was pleasantly surprised with this one, because again, it's not a choice that I would normally pick, but I feel like it looks quite nice on, besides it being just a tad bit too big, but I think I can get away with it. So today I've decided to start my FRDM subscription. I signed up for it. The good thing about them is that they actually do offer a 30-day trial. It's a 30-day free trial, so if you're not happy with the quality of the service, the clothes, you can cancel it without any charge, which I think is great. Now they've got 3 tiers: the basic, which allows you to get 1 item at a time, the classic, which is 3 items, and the ultimate, which is 5 items. I went with the 5 items at a time just so that I could get the most out of this trial. Now you can preview the collection. However, I have to say, when I went to sign up, I was super surprised that they only had 44 items in their entire collection. Now I understand they're a new company, but 44 items is just, it's way too limited. I do think that they need to add a bit more clothes to their, like a couple hundred more clothes to their selection. I really don't feel like that is enough to really justify like a monthly subscription. If you only can choose from 44 items, I foresee that I won't be renewing this. So yeah, I found that pretty disappointing. And when I look at the selection, it's pretty much everything in the preview that they've got. They've got a lot of dresses, some jumpsuits, some you know, coats, tops, pants, but it's just a really small selection. And I definitely feel like there is a particular aesthetic to it. Like it's quite bohemian, feminine, floral, that kind of thing. And I do feel like this caters more to a younger audience. I also have to say the size range is also not fantastic. Some pieces do have like small, medium, large. Others have size 6 to size 14, but it really varies depending on the piece. And of course, because they've only got 44 items, it's really not very much. So I have ordered 5. I'm usually a size 10 at the top and 10 at the bottom, although it can vary because of vanity sizing. So some of the pieces I have chosen size 8 because the size 10 wasn't available. So we'll see whether or not I can squeeze into them. I don't know. Depends on how generous the sizing is. So I've ordered 5 items. I've chosen a couple of outerwear pieces, some pants, a top, and yeah. And I'll let you know how I feel about these pieces. But yeah, I just wanted to put it out there since there's not much info. I feel like there's not much info around this brand, around this company. Hopefully this helps you guys make a decision on whether or not you would want to subscribe. So my FRDM package has arrived. It was pretty quick. They did send it through express post and it came in a large compostable bag, and I did have to steam all the clothes again because obviously when they're packaged and in transit they can get crumpled. And I have to say I can immediately kind of feel the difference between the quality of these clothes versus the ones from Glam Corner. The brands that they're stocking are kind of more fast fashion brands that are at a lower price point, I would assume. I haven't actually heard of any of the labels on the clothes that I ordered, and I don't believe they actually mentioned the brand name on the website. I'll just double check. So just check the FRDM website and none of the clothes actually state the name of the brand, which is interesting. I feel like the quality varies. Some of the pieces I feel quite nice, whilst others like the blazer definitely feels like quite a cheaply made blazer. One thing I have noticed that I think is a good thing, given that they've got such a small range of clothes, is that I feel like everything on the website kind of goes together, given that it's kind of in the same style and color palette. So I think it's quite easy to mix and match, and I feel like I can wear a lot of these clothes together. So what I'm wearing today is the crop top. This is called the Isla Tie top, and because the size 10 was gone, I got it in the size 8. Definitely the size 8 is quite snug for me. I can do up the top button, but then there is some stress along the top because I'm a bit broader, and it is slightly tight around the arms. So I mean, I can move, but it's not the most comfortable. A size 10 would have been better. I definitely feel wearing these clothes, I feel probably like 5 years younger or even 10 years younger than I actually am, because I feel like these clothes are a little bit more young. There's nothing wrong with that. I think it's a cute little top, but I probably would never buy this kind of top. And what I'm wearing with this are the culottes, and I really like these culottes. They're called the Harlo Culottes, and they're in this gorgeous kind of caramelly brown shade, and I think these are really my type of pants. They're in the shape that I like. I think the length is really good on me. The zipper does, I feel like, expose just a little tiny bit, so you can sort of see the zipper. I don't know, maybe it's slightly tight around the top, but I love these culottes. I would buy them if I wasn't on a no buy. They're just, I feel like these pants can easily go in anything in my wardrobe because it's in a color palette that I like. I love these earthy tones. So those are the first 2 items I got. The third one I got is this Tilly blazer, and it is in the size small. When things are oversized, I prefer to size down because I don't like things to look too oversized on me. Generally speaking, I like to actually try on my outerwear pieces because sometimes I find I am much smaller in that than my true size, and that is why I took a size small. Now this is too tight on me. The arms are quite tight, so I think a medium would have been much better. Having said that, I think I can sort of get away with it. It's just not the most comfortable. This blazer itself definitely does feel quite cheap. The material is very thin. The lining is polyester. It doesn't feel great on the skin. It's definitely like on par with maybe like a H&M blazer. But I do love the pattern. I think the pattern is really lovely. It's got some houndstooth kind of tartan pattern going on. It is quite a bit longer than a blazer that I would typically go for, which I feel like makes me look kind of short. You can be the judge of that after watching the footage. It's a cute blazer. I should have mentioned the brand is Cindy's, and I've never heard of this brand before. It is, yeah, it's all polyester. It's all made of polyester. Yeah, it definitely feels like it. It all definitely feels like polyester. So the quality is quite cheap. Look, I've got nothing against polyester. All my Please Please is made of polyester, so I'm not super against polyester. They feel really nice on skin. This, however, doesn't. So there you have this one. I've worn it like this because that's how the model's wearing it on the website. So I thought I'd copy her. And yeah, I got another outer piece, and this is the Tier jacket in camel. I love this jacket. It's like a long, super cozy, massive cardigan. It is a weekend and I'm literally not gone out the whole day. So yeah, this is the perfect kind of jacket for, you know, lazing around at home. I love the color. The length is nice. I like that the arms aren't too long, so like when you're washing dishes or you're doing something, they don't get in the way, they don't get dirty. This is probably my favorite besides the culottes. I would be quite happy to have this in my collection. So it comes in 2 sizes, small, medium, and then medium large. I got mine in small medium because looking at the model, it's a super oversized fit. But I imagine, you know, with this kind of jacket, if you wanted, you could belt it. That might look really cool. I don't actually have a jacket like this in my collection because I feel like most of my coats are really kind of going out coats. I feel like this is like a lounge coat for me, or like a more casual style coat. So this is 45% viscose, 27% nylon, and 28% polyester. It does feel nice. I feel like this kind of coat though, with too much wear, could start to pill very easily. But I do think it's a nice, like I said, lounge at home coat, which is perfect for today because I'm not going out anywhere. It's the weekend and everyone's at home. So I have noticed that most of their clothes cater to a warmer climate because I guess they're New South Wales based, and it is definitely warmer up there than it is in Victoria. Particularly Melbourne, it can get cold, although this week it has been really weird. It has been like 30. It's been strange weather. So I am glad that there are some cooler weather pieces in here for people like me who, if it was winter, I definitely snuggle up in this. So to conclude, how did I go for the month of rented fashion? Okay, first of all, if I was to compare the two, FRDM versus Glamcorner, they're both the same price, $150 Glamcorner. You can order 3 pieces. Max is behind me, by the way, playing with his little... So if you hear little sounds, that's him. So like I said, if I compare the two, FRDM versus Glamcorner, they're both the same price, except for FRDM you can order 5 things at a time versus Glamcorner 3 items at a time. I would definitely go for Glamcorner because I just think that the brands that they offer is better. There's a better selection, size range wise, the amount of clothes they have, the labels that they carry, the quality of the pieces. I don't think you can really match with FRDM. I do think that for $150 for 5 pieces at a time, only offering 44 pieces of clothing, I do think that's just not enough. I still do think Glamcorner, it is pretty expensive, $150 for 3 items at a time, unlimited boxes. I mean, realistically, I have ordered 3 boxes with them, probably 9 items per month. I don't think that most people would spend $150 on a monthly subscription, even though you do get to access, like for Glamcorner, like Scanlan, Theodore, Beckenbridge, Cameo Collective, all these were really cool Aussie brands. But if you're someone like me who does spend $150 at least a month for clothes, and it might not be every month, but like let's say every season I might spend $700 for clothes. Dividing that still by 4, it still does come to less than $150 a month. So I do think that if you're aiming to kind of cut back on your spending, be able to try new styles without having to, you know, fork out more than $150 a month, I do think that this type of subscription would work really well. And I do think that it is a way for fashion to be more sustainable because several people can use that item rather than you know, especially with things like dresses, you're not going to be wearing dresses all the time. So I think to be able to rent a dress to wear for a one-off occasion, I think is a good option to have. So obviously I did film this video before I decided what my no-buy, because I feel like in a non-COVID-19 situation, this kind of service might be great, something that I might continue to have, but given my financial situation, I don't think this is something that I can continue to have. And although I have really enjoyed it, I've really enjoyed having these beautiful pieces in my life. It's not a necessity at all. I've got plenty of clothes, as you can see here, and Maxie is going to join me soon. Although I will be terminating both, I do think that it is a really great kind of service to see, be available for people that want to kind of lower their footprint when it comes to buying clothes. Yeah, overall, I've really enjoyed this service. Although there were some pieces that, you know, I couldn't wear because they had issues with the pieces, either because the item itself was faulty or because I couldn't fit them. I was really happy with it. I had a lot of fun trying things that I wouldn't necessarily try. But anyway, we are gonna go. It's time to go and have some playtime and some food. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know it's a bit different for me. I don't do these kind of videos, but I thought it was an interesting concept to try out. Anyway, let me know in your comments below if you've tried a service like this, what you think of it. Do you enjoy kind of renting your fashion, or do you kind of prefer to have ownership over it? What were your favorite pieces? Let me know if you do something like this, or if you think it's a waste of money. You know, I'm interested to hear your thoughts on this. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye. Bye. Hey, Maxie. He's hiccuping. He's hiccuping behind me. You enjoying that, kiddo?